Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner, and this is the NFL Odds Couple Show for Tuesday, August. I guess this is officially the first NFL Odds Couple Show of the season, right?
Yes, it is.
We did something yesterday, but that didn't count as an official.
Wasn't official.
This is an official Odds Couple Show. What we're doing in today's show, we're going to discuss public action is the first topic that we were assigned, and then we're going to run down ATS leans on 11 of the preseason games. Now, as of we're shooting this on Tuesday, I actually have made a couple of bets on the preseason lines, but most of my bets on preseason come, and most of the way the pros do it. And I'm not saying I'm a pro. I'm just saying I'm saying I know how the pros do it, and most of their bets come, much closer to kickoff as well, as opposed to in the regular season when they mostly like to hit early lines, early and late lines.
48 hours from kickoff.
Yeah, from 48 hours from the Thursday game.
Exactly.
We're farther from the Friday. Okay, so start off first topic, identifying early public action. This was a topic that was assigned to us, and public action, of course, something that people are always discussing. Where's the public on? Where's the public on? There are many websites that have that kind of information. Some are more reliable than others, right? SBR.
Well, do you put a lot of credence into that as far as
public action?
Yes.
It is something that like some people are religious about it. You know what I mean? Some people are like if they see and those people are not people who I would dismiss. I definitely am always interested to hear that kind of information, although I don't necessarily seek it out.
Yeah, and there's if a certain percentage gets on the public, I know I'm probably going the other way, and I'm going to bet like the bookie is what I'm going to do.
And then there's some people, like one guy I've done videos with for a long time, a really good, just a great professional handicapper, Al McMorty. You've heard of him, right? Of course. Now, in the videos that I've done with him over the years, once in a while I'll bring up, where it's going to be a big public side, this and that, and he's always just like shrugs, and he's like, why would I even care? He's like surprised I would even ask questions, and that's also a lot of the pros
do it as well.
Yeah, a lot of the pros who use models, the pros who do pure modeling. Don't care at all about public action. They just care about what their model says and what
you
the
got to
line
respect
is.
that.
But if you're looking for early public action, Sports Insights, of course, is a site that a lot of people use. SBR Odds has bet percentages. The Spread and Vegas Insider have their own various I guess widgets that people use to
and one question that commonly gets asked to me is, how can somebody really truly determine public action against maybe a syndicate getting in there and sliding in bets? You know what I mean? So,
well, public action is just, depending on how they track it, is just the percentage of bets, or in some cases, the amount of money that are bet on a certain side. Some people do it. Some of these websites use it. They use a selection of offshore books. Others use only Vegas books, which is interesting. Some use a combination. And so, obviously, if you're checking a public bet percentage product or website, you should always read up on how they come to those numbers, and any reputable site will tell you how they do it.
Exactly.
And if they don't tell you, then you want to be a little bit suspicious.
There's no validity.
Because some will use their information just from one book, which, depending on the book, I mean, like for instance, the Chris Books bookmaker, they are now starting to put their bet percentages right next to the odds, which is an interesting thing that they're doing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure that's honest information.
It's got to be a psychological, tool for some reason.
Identifying early public action, basically choose your website that you trust and that gives you the information that you're looking for. If you're looking for Vegas, one particular site, or an aggregation of offshore sites, and
formulate a plan with it and stick with it.
Okay, now let's move on to our rundown, ATS rundown of preseason games. All right, the first game we're going to look at here, Carolina-Baltimore. The Panthers' backup quarterback, Derek Anderson. That's a real NFL quarterback, Mike Brenner. That's not a guy who's like, let's see what he can do. No, we know what he can do.
There's no doubt. When he was in Cleveland, he proved his worth, and then when Cam Newton went down, not last year but the year before, he stepped in admirably and did a fantastic job. Totally capable of leading that offense, and he knows that offense like the back of his hand.
Yeah. Now the Ravens are kind of weak with their quarterback depth, and the Panthers have, I think, more depth with their wide receivers and on defense. So I'm definitely leaning towards the Ravens. I'm sorry, the Panthers here at getting the points.
And I got to ask you something. Even though it's preseason, even though it's week 1 preseason, is there enough a core group of the Panthers that say we're taking that Super Bowl loss out on these son of a bitches this week. Do you think that might happen?
No, not at all. But there is a core group of Panthers that has depth on defense, and I think they're playing for their jobs to solidify their their positions.
Now,
on the
I'm hearing
roster.
that the starting units are not going to get a whole lot of time in this game, specifically for Carolina. That's what I've heard. So.
Yeah, that's the way it is with most of these games.
But
Although there can be late breaking news, absolutely, even in week one. So that's the sort of stuff that the professional syndicates are always looking to be on the ball with. But I would lean Carolina here as of right now, but I haven't bet that one.
Yeah, and again, these are not official picks for our record. That'll start during NFL Week 1. But on a lean, I'd have to say I agree, Pistol Pete.
Okay, now moving on to Jacksonville and the Jets. The Jets were 2.5-point favorite, and the big news here, of course, is that the quarterback issues with the Jets resolved or not.
Angle and edge to cash that ticket, chip on the shoulder.
So Fitzpatrick has been signed.
Sure.
Geno Smith, I believe.
Pissed off.
Yeah, I actually might have read. I can't even remember what I read, but I think I read something where he's come out and said that he's not happy about the way it all went down.
Poor guy's had a bad run of luck. He's in the locker room and gets clocked by somebody. Not his fault. Now he loses his position, starting position. Now he's trying to get it back. It is a total drama-filled scene there. But you know what? I think that Geno Smith comes out with that chip on the shoulder. You helped me with this, Pete. It makes sense. He's going to just be throwing. I think he's going to audible on the line, and I really feel it.
And also I kind of looked into the depth charts here. I like the Jets' depth on defense as well in general. The Jacksonville, Chad Henne, NFL experience. He's a guy who even did well at times in the NFL. But overall, I think I'm leaning Jets here -2.5. This also, I didn't bet in the preseason. I tend to pull the trigger on the underdogs that I like sooner than the favorites. The favorites I'll tend to wait.
Sure. But I'm right there with you, Pistol, on
Jets
that one.
-2.5. All right. Next one, Denver and Chicago. This one, out of all these games, is the game that has already seen a notable line move. I don't know if you noticed this, but it opened to Chicago -1.5. Now it's down to pick 'em market wide.
Well, did you read what happened in the Bears camp yesterday?
No, what happened?
Might have something to do with it. They had a brawl almost between their own players, and Jay Cutler said this is becoming a dumb football team.
Really?
Oh, there's last 24 hours. There's so much drama going on with the Chicago Bears. It spells 10-foot pole.
Because I was leaning. That's interesting because I thought that was maybe an early sharp action because I was leaning towards Denver anyway. Obviously, they're going to be getting. They have a quarterback.
They're going to be sitting
here.
Guys out and everything. I mean, the coach is pissed. Fox is going
Chicago?
off. Yeah.
All right. So there's people who are expected to play who are going to sit.
He said he's going to be sitting guys down. I'm going to give someone else a chance. If you're going to play around and you're going to start fighting in practice, okay?
Wow.
Guess what? Oh yeah. And you know me, I dig into this.
Right. Yeah. Now this is exactly the kind of news that like in the regular season this would be front page news.
Sure.
We all know about it. In the preseason, not necessarily, and that's why. But this definitely factors in. Well, I was leaning Denver anyway. Then.
Yeah. That leans me even heavier to Denver. Yeah.
I'm almost about to make this an official pick in this one, but I'll hold off.
I love it. Pistol Pete.
Will I hold off on that? I don't know.
That's where the yin and the yang.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to hold off on that one for now, but I was leaning Denver anyway, despite that, because obviously Cutler is the quarterback. Yep. And all right.
We're becoming a dumb football team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
You heard it here, baby.
Okay, now Detroit-Pittsburgh. This one is one that I actually already bet. I already bet this one. I did take a shot with Detroit. I got 3.5. The Steelers are, they're just playing to not get injured, right? Yeah. Classic preseason situation for the Steelers.
Right.
And Detroit
has defense more or less.
Detroit has stuff to figure out. They have stuff to figure out on offense, and they have a pretty deep backfield in terms of on offense. They have a deep backfield, which in the regular season, will they be able to score on top NFL defenses? Probably not, but in the preseason, will they be playing at 100% and playing well? Maybe so. I took a shot with Detroit at 3.5. Now it's down to 3. Steelers are also a little bit depleted on defense, and just in general, they're going to be taking it easy for sure in the preseason overall.
Absolutely. Peter, got to add this on because it's a great point with Pittsburgh. There's a team just trying to protect that glass. They don't want to get broken. All right. And I look at it the other way. Here's Detroit, a team that was a playoff team, was a good team, had high expectations a couple years ago. Now, this is a total rebuilding team. So do they come out? Because they got a lot to prove. They got some pissed off fan base. You got to coach it. There's a lot of question marks. So I think they're going to be more aggressive out of the gate as opposed to, like you said, going into a prevent defense. We don't want any of our guys getting hurt. I like it. I like the lean.
And the Lions in general tend to be the same kind of team year in and year out, right? We've seen that. They tend to do really well in the preseason. The last time they had a losing preseason record was 2006.
Damn,
and they've gone 3-1 in the preseason over the last three preseasons.
You are a machine.
I was leaning Detroit anyway, and considering the
I like
situations
that. I like that breakdown.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh definitely is not really looking for preseason to determine anything else, but just let's not get hurt.
Detroit plus 3.5 is what I bet. I definitely bet that one. Now it's down to 3, but I would like it at 3 as well.
Okay. Now, Peter, they giving you some strict limits with preseason compared to your regular season limits?
Limits. Well, I'm not
just
betting
asking.
at.
Well,
my bet size is not
okay,
approaching
but then
NFL
answer that
limits
for the viewers. Do a lot of books do that? Do they limit their preseason?
No. The limits are lower, but they're still pretty high though, for sure.
You know, hey, the only stupid question when you don't ask, right?
Okay, now the next one, Miami and the Giants. This is another one I bet.
Wow.
Mike Brenner.
I'm surprised you bet this one.
I bet this one. I bet this one. Miami and the Giants.
And I know who you're going. I know who you're going.
Who do you think I took? Tell me who you think I took.
Miami.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I took Miami. It's just the new coach.
Adam Gass is making some noise.
They're buying into his program, and obviously that's the starters and blah blah. I know this is just the backups, but I do feel that something like that does pervade the entire team, the entire squad. The backups are going to be playing, buying into the system as well, trying to get a spot on this team. And the Giants, again, another one of these teams that I think has, is mostly playing not to get injured, right? The backups,
very similar.
Obviously, the backups are going to be
not to the extent of Pittsburgh, but you're absolutely right. They're going to be looking to protect some players, especially when you're getting back some of your key players that were injured last year. You don't want them messing around.
Now, if this is another situation where if I was liking the favorite here, I probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger until like kickoff, until day of game.
But it's a dog, you don't see that.
Yeah, I took it. I think it's much more likely the line's going to go down than it's going to go up. So I'm probably getting the best of it by taking it early on. So, in other words, my point is that if late information comes out, I might pull this bet, and I might even pull it at a risk. I mean, if maybe the line will move to 3.5, and then in fact, if I do wind up liking the Giants, I'm almost sure that the line will be 3.5.
Right around 3.5.
Yeah, but so it's a risk, but I did jump on Miami at +3, and hopefully I won't get burned on it. This is not one of my favorite preseason plays, but I definitely I'm liking it. It's my lean as of right now.
Cool.
What do you think?
I'm actually that's one I don't even have a lean on. I'm going to stay off it completely. I don't see either side having any type of advantage. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
So let's move on to the next one. Breaking them down.
All right, Minnesota and Cincinnati is the next game, and this is interesting. A lot of these preseason games we've discussed, we've kind of been liking the dogs, leaning towards the dogs. This one, Cincinnati's -3. Now, Adrian Peterson,
he's not going.
He never plays in the preseason, even in week 3. He hasn't played for 3 straight years. And Marvin Lewis from Cincinnati is the kind of guy who, recently has tended to get results in the preseason, especially at home. He pressures the players to play well, the younger players to show what they've got. Last year, they won both of their preseason games by double digits. So I would be leaning Cincinnati here. I didn't bet this one yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up, though, to 3.5 or 4, which won't be very nice. But, overall, I'm liking Cincinnati here. A.J. McCarron is going to see action. I kind of like him more than Sean Hill as the backup for Minnesota. And, I kind of like the defensive depth for both teams, so I think that's mostly a wash, but definitely leaning the favorite here. Cincinnati -3. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm all over it, and the breakdown was good because another thing Marv Lewis has done this year, is come in again with the chip on their shoulder because even though they've taken a step further in the playoffs, they still disappointed having one of the best teams in the NFL. So you cannot tell me that he's not going to come in here focused and having his backups ready and prepared. This is going to be a dangerous team early. If they stay healthy, look out. But I love that lean, Pistol Pete. Now, on the other side, I have to also go, there's got to be a backup running back, and there's got to be a backup quarterback going, I need to play my ass off. Peterson might get hurt, might be done. Bridgewater might show that he's not the one. So they're going to play their ass off, and it's two very, very well-coached teams, Pistol Pete.
I mean, there's no preseason game where you can where the backups aren't playing their ass off.
I could see an under. What would that be set at? Do you
know?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't have the total set right here. We're covering totals tomorrow, though.
Okay. All right, then we'll just wait till tomorrow. Stay tuned. Okay.
All right, and then Browns and the Packers is the next game. There's no line for this one. So I would bet, obviously the line's going to be 3, one way or the other to open. I would be leaning Browns here. They've got new head. It's at Green Bay. New head coach, new Hugh Jackson for Cleveland, and they've got Josh McCown and Robert RG3.
And he has
battling it out for a quarterback?
Well, no, it's not even battle. It's done. It's
RG3 is named, right?
He's named. It's official, and now it's his to lose. So, but I still think he's going to get some action in there, and I really, really think that you're going to see something different. There's Terrell Pryor has had 2 catches in preseason for Cleveland that, tell me this could be a dangerous weapon on the other side of Josh Gordon after he gets back after his suspension. So this team's going to make waves. I like it on a lean, Pete. I think they got more to prove, and they're going to come out hungry. Green Bay, there's another team. Yeah. Let's not get hurt, right?
And their backup quarterbacks are Brett Hundley and Joe Callahan. Not to take anything away from Brett Hundley. And Brett Hundley was the dual threat guy from UCLA, which is maybe in the preseason he'll do something. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if he had a huge game and the Packers would have covered. But they also have a bunch of rookies on the offensive line in their second and third units. So that's sort of a knock for them as well. They've got a lot of guys with no experience on their second and third teams on offense. And with the experience on quarterback for Cleveland, and a lot of young guys in Cleveland that I think they got a nice young 1-2 punch at running back. So I would be leaning Browns here. There's no line out as of right now. We'll see what it is when it comes out, Mike Brenner.
Okay, that's it. I'm leaning Browns as well. I think it's just a safe one. Again, just a lean. Not getting crazy with it. What's next, Pistol Pete? Hit us again.
Okay, Oakland, Arizona is the next game. Here we go.
Here's a team you've been high on, and you got a good insight. Oakland,
Well, I'm high on both of them. I like Arizona as well.
I know that.
Oakland is obviously the Raiders are the younger team here. Arizona is the older team.
Don't get hurt. Let's not do too much. The way I look at it.
Feels like a pass to me as far as the side's concerned, but Oakland's getting 3, and I would have a slight lean towards them anyway. So maybe I will wind up betting Oakland.
Who's going to be behind Carr this year? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't.
Biggie. No biggie. It slipped my mind too because Carr's not getting. He might not even play in this game at all, from what I'm hearing. So.
Yeah, so I would lean Raiders here. Probably they have more to prove, but as of right now, it's going to be a pass.
Yeah, pass for me. Pass for me, big time. Let's move on.
Then we have Seattle and KC. The Chiefs are a 3-point favorite. The backup quarterbacks for the Chiefs are Aaron Murray and Tyler Bray. They're going to be seeing the bulk of the reps here. This one, I'm not sure about it, but I would definitely be leaning towards, again, the Chiefs. And if this was a dog, I would probably pull the trigger on it. Okay. But they were 4-0. Last season in the preseason, they've been good recently.
In that too.
Yeah, and Seattle, a few years ago, Seattle had just an awesome preseason, but last year they were kind of middling, I would say.
Yeah,
and
I look to them to do more of the same in preseason.
Yeah, so I would definitely be leaning KC here. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit further, but considering that their quarterbacks, I kind of like Aaron Murray, and I like their record going back a few years in preseason. So I'm leaning KC -3. Haven't bet it yet. That's just a lean as of right now.
Okay, I'm just going to be on a pass on that one, my man.
Then we have the Colts and the Bills. No line on this one. The Colts, obviously Andrew Luck will maybe play a few. Who knows how much he'll play because they didn't play the Hall of Fame game. But it's going to be mostly about Scott Tolzien and Stephen Morris.
Yeah.
And they've got that new rookie at center from Alabama.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Kelly. Right, Kelly. And defensively, their first unit is pretty much set in stone. So I'm thinking that the Bills are going to be the play here. They've got obviously, Taylor, E.J. Manuel, and Cardale Jones all at quarterback. All of them successful college quarterbacks.
Look out, Cordell Jones is going to surprise some people. Pete, I'm actually probably going to bet this game.
Yes,
I really am. I'm going with the Bills. And you got the Ryan brothers, and guess what? The seats are hot. The pressure is on in Buffalo. These Ryan brothers don't produce this year. It's out the door, all right? And they're going to come out. Rex Ryan also, when he was with the Jets, he took pride in his preseason record. Trust me, I like the call, Pistol. That's a casher.
A lot of young guys on the Bills who are going to be kind of exciting to watch preseason. They're going to be hyped up, and the Colts are just playing with the backups at quarterback who know that they're not going to be playing, So, all right, no line. We'll see what the line is when it comes out. I suspect this one might be, I don't know, if it's at Buffalo.
2 or 3?
It might be. I guess it'll open at 3. Might get bet up to 3.5 or 4. Yeah, if it opens at 3, I'm probably going to jump on it right there because I think that I'd be surprised if it moved down the other ways. I'm going to be leaning Bills, and if it opens 3, I'm going to jump right on it.
I will be leaning Bills, and I will be betting it. And when do you think that might open, Pistol? Probably another day or two.
We'll see. Right. Yeah. And then the final one is San Diego, Tennessee, and San Diego, of course, having issues with Joey Bosa, right?
Yes.
Still still holding out.
You hear what his mom said?
Yeah.
Direct quote. I wish he would have pulled an Eli Manning.
I saw that she said something crazy, but I was like, I'm not going to like read
guess
this.
who responded? Eli Manning's wife, and said it was the best movie ever made. Swear to God.
Yeah. So the point is, all that sort of off-field drama is happening with San Diego. How much?
That team's a wreck.
Yeah. Kind of. They also. Yeah. I don't know.
Come on.
The Titans are kind of a younger team, and
they're
Mariota.
not going to be playing Mariota. Who's behind him this year?
Mariota is Castle.
I know.
It's Castle and God, the other guy, Tanny is his name, and they're going to split the reps there.
I like it.
Mariota's not. You read that for sure?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I heard. I mean, yeah, that's what I read. But
okay.
Now,
yeah, that's what I would assume. But sometimes, they with a young quarterback like that, they sneak in a little bit more reps in the.
And Cassell's got a lot of starting experience with New England and with several teams. So I like it, Pistol Pete. This is one I'm probably going to bet as well.
Yeah, I like the fact they have that combination of a very experienced quarterback, but then a very young team at all the other spots playing for backup roles.
Sure.
So they're going to be motivated, and with a quarterback.
And San Diego, with all due respect, that's a team that's just, again, the Bosa situation, that affects the locker room. Then you got guys saying, wait a minute, he's trying to get paid all this money. He's never played the first down. That team is totally disassembled. Yeah. I love it. That's a casher.
And then the backups for the Chargers are Kellen Clemens, and Mettenberger.
Yeah.
Those guys are
serviceable.
Yeah, they are decent. But yeah, I'd be leaning Tennessee as well. We'll see where this line moves. All right.
Yeah. I like it, Pistol Pete. It's football time, baby, and I'm ready. I'm fired up.
It. We did.
You hear that noise?
Yeah.
That beep, that's the truck getting ready to back up to the bank, baby. It's football time. Odds Couple's going to bring it. Hey, you know what else, too?
What's that?
You got to let these guys know. You got to check out where you're playing. Sportsbook Review Guide. Do yourself a favor. Take the time. It's a free tool.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.